Welcome to Ocean Chicks Films.
Hi. Sorry. My daughter's asking me questions about stuff, and I was like, wait, we're live.
She just wants to know what it was like to live in the Stone Age.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, just one sec. You mean the filters? I don't know where I put them. In the box, I think, right there. Yeah. We just got this extra light, and it's like a globe kind of thing, and you unscrew it and put these different colored filters, and then it shines the light. I haven't tried it yet, but she's going to do some photos with it and try it out herself. So
Cool.
We'll learn from her how it works. It's good. That's why I have kids. You know, they teach us.
I thought it was you had somebody who could basically make food for you and do all the stuff for you while you sit around.
That's a little trickier to do when you have a teenager, but that's a good idea, though. If you can make that work.
Hey, back in the day when they didn't really have remotes for TVs, or they just had them on a cord. I think I had an uncle I got told that would wait for the kids to come home so they could change the channel. And he'd be upset when they didn't come home right away. You know how long I have to sit there and watch a damn Western?
Yeah, true. But nowadays you have to negotiate because they're into, like, they want money to do things. They're not stupid now, you know. Yeah. So, you know, fun stuff like that. But
you can bribe them. So they want that new NSYNC album.
No.
NSYNC is still popular, isn't it?
I don't know where it is, Ab. Is it underneath? We're looking for the box with the filters.
Just look for the box that says filters.
You know what, Abby? The filters, I think, might be... No, they're in the box. There's a little box underneath. That black one, is that it? No. I don't know, Ab. Let me get this started, and then I can take a break and we can chat. Because I got people popping up in the chat now. So, is that okay?
Hey, Rob. Hey, Ryan.
I think I'm in trouble.
Round up.
Okay, so here we go. Hi, Ryan. How's it going? Thanks for coming by. Hey, Rob. How's it going? Are you all moved now? Sorry, I haven't even been...
You've been keeping him busy at Chubby's.
Keeping him busy, yeah. Oh, by the way, Echo's here with me. He just bugged, and I was like, fine,
yeah,
I guess you can come on.
I had to cry and beg and all that stuff. It was the tears. Oh, please. Oh, please. I just annoyed the living daylights out of her, and she said, okay.
Yeah, I know. Now, actually, I was sitting here and going, so, we guess I have no friends? Nobody's going to show up. That's fine. I'll watch the movie by myself and talk to myself. It's all good.
Hey, it's okay if you talk to yourself. It's when you start answering yourself back.
When you, yeah.
That's when you ask a question and then you answer it back, then there's a problem.
That's a bad thing.
It's called old age. When you're pushing 80, so.
I hear you.
Yeah, you are pushing 80.
Oh, Hobbs. Now I want poutine.
That's French fries and gravy?
French fries, cheese curds and gravy. That's delicious. What are you talking about?
What kind of gravy?
Try it. You need to try it.
But what kind of gravy, though? There's different types of gravy.
You can have whatever kind of gravy. Usually it's a specific type of gravy, but you could do any kind of gravy on it that you want.
Usually I just drink.
Rob's going to yell at me right away, but I think, in my opinion, I think that you could use any kind of gravy. But the cheese curds has to be it's like a matzo cheese, but they're like they're more like little balls, so they're not you don't shred cheese on it.
I usually have them when they get the cheese curds and they deep fry them so they got that little.
Exactly.
Flavor.
Deep fried cheese curds. There
and
you go.
Usually I just do ketchup, a ton of ketchup.
Ketchup on the, yeah?
Well, ketchup and mustard. Ketchup and mustard.
And mustard on the cheese curds?
You just drench them in and you eat them.
I'll have to try that actually.
God knows how I haven't ended up in the hospital with like damage to my stomach with half the stuff. Ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, hot sauce, barbecue sauce, Worcester. Put it all together. Some weird contraction, and then
You got sick.
that's how I have it. I'm the guy who goes, "Oh, I'm gonna have a chicken sandwich, with those chicken patties."
Yeah.
So what do? Vinegar. That vinegar you use for fish. You put on fish.
You put on the chicken? What?
Trust me, some of the things I've done to food would have you just basically like, where's the garbage can? I gotta spew. Especially when I go, oh, that was so good. Like, oh god.
Yeah, like late night when you're like, I'm so hungry. I'm gonna put this and this dressing on here, and this stuff looks good. And let's try some of that. I bet that'll be good. Yeah, I've done that before
But
too.
you know what a dipper is?
What?
A dipper is somebody who, when they eat everything they eat, they gotta try to dip it.
Right.
So I'm what's called a dipper. So not only do I have to mess with the flavoring, I have to have something to dip it in, which means some pretty messed up makeshift mayonnaise, Worcester sauce. You
I
make
do
some
that.
sauce. It's called being a dipper. I'll take like ketchup and mustard and stuff, and I'll take the pizza. You kind of just dip.
Yeah.
It's dipping. It's fun. It's called being a dipper.
It is. Do you ever try to like take the sauces from the restaurants and recreate them at home?
Oh
Like,
God,
I could make that.
I don't really mess with the sauces because I had a friend who he would drink the sauces from the container.
Oh, gross.
At first, my other friends would tell me about them. One day we were somewhere else. I forget what it was. He started just grabbed. Oh God, it was syrup, and he just grabbed it and started doing it. And then
I did that. I used to do that when I was younger.
But he did it mainly because it got a reaction out of us.
Yeah.
Because we were just we were talking. Also, you look over, and he's doing this like
drinking syrup.
Like different, whatever was on the table, he'd grab it. He'd start doing that, and so you'd get a reaction from us being like,
"Gross!
What's wrong with you?"
Yeah, the only thing I can't do that with is like hot sauce. I can't do that.
I've done shots of it.
Oh, I can't. I would choke.
There is a video.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Somewhere's why I did that, and you can hear my mom, Patrick.
What are you doing?
Just randomly screams me out like I'm like, Patrick. And my cousins are laughing.
Did you get sick?
No, I just kind of went like I was like,
I hear you. Okay, let's catch up on the chat here because there's lots of people coming through.
We got
this time. Okay, I'm going to explain to everybody. Last time, I connected with Twitch to StreamYard to YouTube, and that's why the feed was so slow for me, and I got I was like an hour behind everything, and that's why, because it slowed me down.
Twitch has is, and like I said, I forgot to tell you that Twitch has a delay, so I can see it causing things to go even worse. I mean, I've had people go out when I've gamed on. I go, "There's a 5-minute delay." You got to be kidding me! You got to be lying. No.
So when you're on Twitch,
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like you have to have a higher net.
But I have the highest. Like I have the best.
So maybe I don't know what the issue is. So I mean, I do before streaming on YouTube better than Twitch, but
yeah. Okay.
Sometimes we get like I do Xbox, and unfortunately Microsoft said no YouTube.
Yeah. Well, we tried it. We tried it and saw what it was like. So now we know. I mean, it's not that you can't do it. It worked.
And before your first stream, you had what, 6 or 7 followers
on Twitch. Yeah, so
which is pretty good for not even having your first stream yet. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So it was fun to try. Maybe we'll wait and try it again later. Rob says, yeah, all moved in, working on getting my shit together. Okay, well, take your time, but we miss you, Rob. Can't wait till you get back. Rob helped him out. Oh, Professor, how's it going? Haven't talked to you in a long time. How's your summer going?
He's been putting out these good Bard and Macabro videos he's been doing.
Yep.
Those are actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, cool. Oh, I love his videos.
He's done Wes, JT, and me so far.
Oh, cool. I'll have to check those out. Anthony, how's it going, buddy? 861. Wow, you're kicking my butt.
He's
I'm
getting
not
to
there
the-
yet.
It's a lot of grinding you got to do to get there.
You do, yeah. A lot of hard work. Yeah, see, I knew it. I knew he'd be kicking our ass. Poutine gravy or brown gravy, but gotta be cheese, curd cheese. Yes. Okay, well, we're getting the swing of it, Echo. We're
I'll
getting
make
it.
some I'll make ketchup gravy
Yeah.
with chili powder, lots of chili powder.
Chili powder. I like chili powder too. Professor says, in the grand old country of Mexico, we have nachos covered in carne asada, guacamole, jalapeno, and cheese. Yum, that's good too.
Carne asada.
I could eat that right now.
I prefer carne
Yum.
over asada over pollo asada.
What's the difference?
Carne is beef. Pollo is chicken.
Chicken. Okay.
And I like chicken. I do like my chicken, but I just find the carne asada is better.
Is better flavored.
Yeah.
Ryan saying, anyone excited for the Nun 2? Yep, I sure am.
I'm the
it was
guy
in the
who forgot there
minority.
was already a nun movie until I saw that trailer and someone said something. It's like, oh, there was a nun movie, wasn't there?
Yeah, people didn't like it that much. It didn't do very well. I liked it. I thought it was okay.
Maybe that's why if people didn't like it, then maybe they weren't really talking about it. So maybe that's why I kept forgetting about it.
Yeah, and I just think there's been too many of these movies that people got sick of them, and so they weren't that excited. But the trailer looks really good for this one, so we'll see. We'll see how it is. I think I was in the minority. Do you ever do that? Your mouth doesn't work as fast as your brain goes.
No, I got a slow head.
You go the opposite. Okay. That enjoyed the first. Valak is such a good character. I totally agree with that. I agree with you there. I agree. So one thing I'm going to say tonight, Echo has never seen any of the Conjuring movies.
None of them.
So we're going to introduce him to the third one first. In my opinion, the worst one.
Oh, great. You're introducing him. I haven't watched the worst one ever. Uh-oh.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
it's gonna be good for you. You'll like it.
Okay, what is the best one then? If this is the worst, what is the best one?
One or two. I would probably have to go along with the crowd and say the second one is the best one. But I still think the first one was really good too. Was creepy.
Okay, when you have an AC point at you at full blast, well, not for the fan part. Oh, it clears your nose up.
Clears those sinuses out.
Oh, I'm getting a runny nose, so I might be disappearing. I might be doing one of these every now and then because.
That's okay.
Well, at least it's a working AC.
Rob says Professor is a nacho freak. Hob says he is.
Oh, the bomb. But you gotta layer the cheese. Okay, put your chips down. A layer of cheese. Put your chips down. More cheese. Okay, layer the cheese. You know.
Yeah.
But never put cheese on the bottom of the pan when you cook it, because that stuff is a pain to clean out when it burns
Put down
in the
parchment
pan.
paper. Oh, in the pan. I see. Hobbs is excited for the Nun 2 also. I think it's going to be fun. Hey, Professor. Hey, Rob. Hey, everybody.
Technically, I watched another movie today. I watched Sister Crumpus to prepare for today's interview.
You what?
The movie I watched was to prepare for today's interview. I watched Sister Crumpus, which technically is a nun movie because she was a nun who got 3 American soldiers forced herself on her, so she made a deal with Crumpus, and now she's an evil nun who's immortal. So
really?
it's technically a nun movie.
Did you like it?
I'm getting into to more colonial movies. I'm liking them because they have just kind of cheesy, kind of corny. That's just that right balance that makes it enjoyable.
Yeah. Okay, just wait. Missed. Yeah, we miss you, Rob. Telling
I'll be
you.
right back. I'm gonna go check on my mom.
Okay, for sure. Hi, Jamie. How's it going? Where am I off here? Do. Sorry, I'm just going slow because my chat's kind of jumping all around. Jamie likes carne asada as well. You're funny. I think it's going to be good, but we'll see. We'll see once we watch it. Echo's not here, but that's funny. Good idea. Start with a shit one so that the best one stands out more. Very true. And I don't think you have to really have watched the other two to watch this one. It kind of is a standalone film anyway. I'm just curious to see what he thinks. Jamie says, Professor said start with the shit one and then the other ones will stand out more to you. And Jamie says, I think the first is the best one. I was supposed to be watching that tonight, but my plans got canceled. Oh, okay. I was going to do the second one actually, but then I flipped it because I thought I don't really like this one. So let's watch this one instead. It'll be more fun. Oh, so Rob's building a whole new video store and it's taking a bit of time. Yeah, totally. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so before we get started, very quickly, I'm going to make a few announcements. And then Echo's going to make a few announcements for his channel. So I just did a really cool interview with Garrett from Born to Be Rad. And it's uploaded and it will be dropping tomorrow night. So check it out if you can, because it was really, really cool. Another thing I wanted to bring up again was Horror Tuber of the Month, which you guys probably already know that I won it this time. I've nominated 4 more people, but there's still 2 weeks left to vote. So check out my video where I announce it and watch and choose your favorite YouTuber and vote for them in the comment section below.
Yeah, that's why you need to add to your name the word queen, because you, as a horror tuber, you are the queen for the month.
I'm the queen. Okay, that's what I should have put instead of Killer Cameron.
You all the queen.
Aw.
So I forget who started that, saying that the horror tuber was the king when it was a guy. So that makes sense of when it's a woman.
King and the queen.
She's the queen.
That's cool.
And it is, has a past winner. It is such an incredible. It's just so incredible to be nominated.
It is.
And then when you win, because to be nominated, it shows that you're being recognized for something.
Yeah.
By somebody. But when people vote and you win, it means you're really recognized. So it's such an incredible honor.
It is. It so is. It really is. And it's great to be able to nominate new people too. I think that's a fun part of it. It's a bit challenging, but it's fun.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's challenging, but it's still a nice thing to be able to do, though.
And the fact that I do believe we have a past widow in Macabro.
Yeah. Well, so many of you guys have won already, so it was hard. It was hard to choose.
Yeah, there was something I didn't know about until JT when he nominated Al and Gareth.
Yep.
And then from there on, it was just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, cool. So you guys can still vote. I've been getting votes almost every day, still. So it's not decided yet.
Yeah, you got about 2 weeks to go.
Yeah. And then I'll announce
Team
that
Carrie,
on
Team Carrie.
I don't even think you need to do that, but yeah. Okay, and then from that, when I was chatting with Garrett, he created a challenge because he wanted to carry on and do more stuff that pumps up the community and gets everybody interacting and knowing each other and that kind of thing. He's got a challenge going on right now called the Rad 9 Challenge. I'm going to do it. So what you do, a lot of people have done it actually. He has a group that he works with, co-hosts with, called the Rad Pack, and it's like @Rad Pod on YouTube. Anyway, what you do is he wants everybody to list the 9 movies that shaped you, that formed you. So all your 9 movies that, like, they don't have to be like the best movies, but the ones that you'll rewatch again, the ones that really made you who you are from your childhood that you love. Yeah. And you do 9, and then you're to tag the Rad Pack in your video, and then everyone will kind of get to see what everybody's about.
Because Gareth did also do video tastings. He did a non-horror YouTuber. You know, Lynette has the Entertainer.
Right.
Garrett did one about the same time called the non-horror tuber, and the first winner was Raw.
Okay.
Well, actually, Garrett announced himself as the first winner, but still the first person to be voted for was Rob.
Right. Yeah, so I think it's cool to do those kinds of things. I think if anyone has other ideas or things, we should do them because it helps us all to, stay fresh and kind of be connected and get to know each other. Because there's so many people that I'm amazed we've never watched our channels or know about.
There's so many people that when I turn my phone on, all these notifications, and I had to turn the notification sound off because otherwise. Yeah. So now it's just vibrating. Zzz, 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 nonstop.
Yeah, I hear ya.
But it's still that Rad 9. Ooh, that's an interesting.
Yeah, it's fun, right? Isn't it fun? I started last night and I came up with, I think, 20 movies, and now I have to cut it back to 9, and I'm going to quickly film it and upload it because I think, I'm dying, because we always talk about what's current and what's happening and what's around right now, but to hear what you guys all watched when you were kids in the 80s or whatever, 90s, that's so fun.
Remember the 80s? Yeah.
If you're around then, I don't know. 2000.
I was around then. I was around the 80s and 90s. Oh, Lord.
Maybe some people are 70s like me too.
I came in the late 70s. 1978, best year ever. Hands down.
78 was when you were born?
That's why it's the best year. So was Professor. We're the same month and year.
I was 10 that year, so I liked being that age. That was a good year.
Yeah, but here's the thing about October. You start off with my birthday, and then you end with Professor's. So we book in it.
Jamie says, looking forward to your interview with Garrett. Thanks, Jamie. Yeah, it was wicked. It was wicked. And then a cool thing that happened too was because I pre-recorded mine, because that's how I do mine. Because I can juggle all the live and all that stuff like you guys do. I would probably throw up. It's too much for me. No. And then that evening, he had Cody Leach on his live stream, actually. So that was really cool.
Yeah, you literally have to sit there and be staring.
It's hard. Yeah.
Even when I did the interviews, when I sat in with Pat or when I sat in with Steven, a lot of times I'm just like, I'm looking. So if you see me while I'm looking over, I'm looking at the chat.
Yeah, it's hard to. Yeah, totally.
Try to catch things.
Professor says the worst in the Conjuring series is the first Annabelle flick.
Oh, that's right. I haven't seen any of them because it's a big franchise. I haven't seen any of them.
You haven't seen any of the Conjuring universe?
None.
Oh, well,
so this is my first exposure to it.
Okay, cool.
So,
be curious to see what you think. I want to get through so I'm caught up. Professor's Team Carrie. Rob says he's a non-horror YouTuber. Jamie says, I'm recording my Rad 9 tonight. Awesome. Yay. I can't wait. Can't wait to see them all. So fun. Super, super fun. That's a great idea. Going to get a piece of action of the Rad 9 thing.
Going to be challenging, definitely.
Yeah. I think that's fun. Yeah, do it and then just tag them in it.
But does it have to be just horror or could it be non-horror?
Anything. Garrett's he's not horror. He's like 80s, 90s, all sorts of movies. You can, whatever you watched as a kid, whatever you watched, you put that in there and do a little video and tag them in it. And I guess I should mention too, the other part of the Rad Pack is Garrett, Born to be Rad. There's My Killer Podcast and Movie Watch Daily are part of it too. Those are 2 other really incredible channels also. So I don't know whether you tag all of them or just tag, probably just easy to tag the Rad Pack. I guess. Anyway. And they'll get to know what it is. But yeah. Okay, let's start this movie because we're getting late. Oh, no. Echo. Sorry. What are you promoting for your channel this month?
Well, because I'm still doing Army of Sharkness. Both me and Carrie are doing Shark this month.
Yeah.
So, gotta
That's
check
cool.
your stuff out too. Can't just say, hey, watch my Shark stuff. Gotta watch Carrie's too.
Yeah.
I got my first solo interview coming up this Wednesday. I will be interviewing Chadwick Whitmore and Alex Jivo, if I pronounce it wrong. They have Chadwick was doing these shorts or whatever called Malcolm, and he will have his full-length movie coming out in October.
Cool.
Halloween of this year. Plus, we're gonna wait to see what's gonna happen on Saturday for House of Horrors. Which I'm having a blast working with Steven. It's always cool and getting to interview these people from the Polonia friends, all these people who did Polonia movies.
Okay.
So we interviewed Yoli today, and she was in House Squash where she got into a fight with a Sasquatch over a broom or something, so it ripped her arm off. So interesting. Cool. I'm getting into the Polonia stuff.
Yeah. I'm so excited for you, Echo. I think you're doing such a great job. You're branching out and moving on up, and you're going to do great.
I had a lot of people who were telling me I should give doing reviews a try. Chadwick had reached out to me, and that was like, and then I go, well, I know Pat does, the 8-question list. So he was who I reached out with, we talked, and he was like, yeah, you should shadow people, and he was the one that got me hooked up with Steven, Horror Freak 85.
Right.
So I've been learning, and of course I reached out to you. You helped, give me advice.
Of course.
So,
yeah.
Thank you to everybody. I really thank everybody who helped me out.
Yeah.
So, but I knew at some point I was gonna have to go, fly solo, and Chadwick was, to begin with, the end game. And in terms of video games, he's the final boss.
Yeah. No, I think you're going to do great. I think you know your stuff, and you've already got lots of connections with people too. So you're going to do great. I'm excited to see what you come up with and the people that you meet.
Today's we were supposed to interview somebody who was in Stranger Things and Pretty Little Liars: Original Sin. I'm going Stranger Things. Oh, son of a! That's Netflix, and I'm anti-Netflix. Like, how am I going to do this? Luckily, Max had Pretty Little Liars: Original Sin, or whatever it was. So it's like, thank God for things like Tubi, where when Steven says, "Hey, this is an interview," I can binge watch this stuff, look up stuff. So it's like, thank you.
You're funny.
To me, it's like, if I'm interviewing somebody, I want to be able to. No, and I've already talked to Chad in the past, so.
Right. Yeah, I know. It's good to do a little bit of background and kind of know your stuff too, But you'll learn so much as you talk to people too.
Yeah.
Katie, how's it going? Hey. How you doing? You suffering from the heat? You wish you were back in the snow?
That's the S
word. I guess New York is probably pretty hot right now too, though.
And I'm probably still getting actually, she's in Florida.
Yeah, she's in Florida now.
Did they get that dust cloud yet?
Did you get the dust cloud yet, Katie?
It's supposed to be coming from overseas, this big dust cloud.
Is it? I didn't know that.
It's on the news, like a dust cloud.
That's why I don't watch the news. I don't want to know stuff.
I don't want to see negative stuff.
It's all negative on the news.
Why do you think I watch silly little cute kitty videos?
Yeah, there you go.
I like cute kitty cats being silly.
Yeah. That's all fun. So that's all you're doing then?
Yeah, I'm focusing just that. I got to pick I know what one of the movies is going to be.
Right.
I got to figure out what the other one's going to be, and then do some other stuff. And in between doing reviews and doing the interview on Wednesday, I have to do some binge watching. Oof, it's going to be a busy week.
That's good. That's exciting.
I already got the theme for August, so.
Do you?
Yeah, I just got to figure out how I'm going to announce it. The only person who knows it, because I'm not, I don't want to reveal it yet, but the only person who knows what it is Professor, because I talked with him about it.
Cool. Yeah, just keep it under wraps and let us know when you got it going on. I have a little project actually on the go too. I'm going to do a 4-part weekly show with somebody and talk about stuff. That's all I'm saying so far. We're still working out the details. So anyway, it's coming.
I think I got that whole like sometimes keeping things under wrap from the early days of YouTube, where if you
Yeah.
shared any idea, someone would steal it. It's
Well,
it's not necessarily like that anymore, but I just remember hearing about that stuff a lot, and so now I'm kind of a little like,
I like to keep it under wraps until you're ready to go in case it changes. In case you decide you're not going to go that way or you're not going to do it or, that kind of thing. That's why I like to. I'm not worried about people. People copy your idea, then you're doing something cool, right? You're popular.
okay, now I might have an issue
Why?
because the Devil Made Me Do It, 2021, right?
Yeah.
It's listed. It has a documentary. The Devil Made Me Do It.
A documentary. Oh, now what am I doing here? Wait.
On the Mac, so
Should be The Conjuring. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It.
so let me make sure.
Or we could watch The Batman. That's out now too.
Well, it says the Mac, so it probably is it. It's just probably how they have it listed on the Macs.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can get the cast. I'm really not into streaming movies from Amazon these days. I have nothing but problems with them.
Really?
When we did that the Evil Dead watch along with Nan, he kept telling me that he was having trouble playing the videos. And since then, I've been getting a lot of the same thing.
Professor says, I think he's saying they're all there in the Conjuring collection, if it's on Max.
Yeah, it's just for some reason it's coming off. All we can see is once I get to start playing it.
Okay. Okay, so I'm watching on the N-word Netflix. And it's on Max as well. So it's probably on that Look movie too, I bet.
Let me do something real quick. I'm going to type in The Conjuring on the Max and see what comes up. There you go. That's the right one.
Cool.
It sent me the link sent me to the documentary, not to the movie, but this time by looking for something Conjuring.
But there's a documentary. That's cool.
Yeah, it said Shock, The Devil Made Me Do It, and it talks about them, the Lorraine and whatever his name is. But then when I just put in Conjuring, it brought them up, and there it was.
Okay.
So I was about to watch the wrong one.
Cool. Well, you would have, we would have made it work.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody ready? I'll do a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. I've got the Warner Brothers logo.
Yeah, there you go.
So do you want me to tell you what it's roughly about before we start, or do you want to be surprised?
Be surprised.
Okay.
That way I can fully experience it for the first time.
Awesome.
Because again, this is my first time seeing anything from this universe, so.
Yeah, this is my third time watching it, so maybe it'll be good this time. It's a fun film. Like, it's not bad. It's just there's parts that I would have changed. I wouldn't have done it that way.
But isn't that you can say that about a lot of movies when you watch them?
Newer stuff, yeah. Newer stuff for sure.
There's even been a few older stuff. Jersey Shore Shark Attack, I would have the shark eat all the heroes.
Yeah, true.
That's such a terrible movie. What happened here? Someone have a party and not invite me? That's not cool. This looked like it was a wicked party. Didn't they? What?
Yeah, it goes right into it right from the start.
1981.
Yeah, definitely has James Wan flair to it, even though he didn't direct it this time. But he produced it or executive produced it, whatever.
Patrick Wilson, man.
Yeah.
Used to see him in like playing bad guys and creepy guys at one time.
Did you?
Yeah, because I remember watching stuff. And there he'd be like this creepy guy. I think I saw it so many times him doing that it's like hard to see him otherwise.
Okay.
I mean,
I probably saw him before that for these movies too.
and yeah, he can do stuff that's not like that. But if you see it so many times, you get used to seeing it from that person.
Right. Has anyone seen Insidious: The Red Door yet? I haven't.
Have you seen that prank they've been pulling on people?
No.
It's in Hollywood or somewhere, so it's like an advertisement thing where they go by this door and they hear the sound. When
Yeah.
people walking by go to check out the door, I guess some creature that's in the movie comes out, and sometimes they will grab them and pull them in. It's just a little prank. I think if I can find it, I'll send you the clip.
Okay. Sounds good.
I know a few people that wouldn't let it pull it in. They'd start hitting the person. And those are just my family members.
Professor says, my frustration with the main Conjuring ones is that the first one is freaking amazing and creepy. Second one is less creepy and scary, and the third one is even less creepy and scary.
It's just,
I kind of feel the same way. That's kind of my feeling to it too. Maybe because
they don't try to top it with each one.
Yeah.
Like with Terrifier, how they topped it with the second one, the violence and
right. So it'll be interesting to see whether the third film is, decent or not.
Okay, this priest standing out there gives me vibes of Exorcist.
Yeah. See, for me, that's kind of like, nah. No.
He just stands there. It's like that shot. Well, it's on my T-shirt of the guy standing outside the house. Of course, I get an Exorcist shirt, and somebody goes, "You get it because you like that movie?" Oh, I've never seen all of it. I got this bright green.
You got the what?
I can't see it because I got the green thing. It's a bright green shirt. The only guy who would buy a shirt because it's got bright green on it. I'm in my bright green phase.
What has it got? The Exorcist on it?
Just Exorcist has got that statue of that demon or whatever.
Lean back and show it. Ah, cool. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I found it at Walmart.
Walmart.
And I was like, ooh, when it was like $10, like, ooh.
Groovy. Yeah, I do that too. I think that's where I got mine from too, but mine has the purple font.
Well, I like the purple, but the green just kind of screamed out to me. And
no, that's awesome. I love that.
It kicked out a bright green kick that I got right now, so it started it out.
Right. Oh, you see this part?
Good Lord. Is that blood?
Mm-hmm. I do like how the movie goes right into it, right off the start. I also love the old school light bright that he had sitting beside his bed. I loved having those kind of light brights.
I have one, but I have one of the newer ones.
Oh, you have the new one. Yeah, they're not as cool as the old ones were.
I just don't know where I put it because they're not shaped like the old ones.
No, they're not. It's not the same. I loved light bright so much.
Yeah, and they take batteries. They don't plug in.
They don't plug in. Probably the other ones were a fire hazard.
Yeah, the one I got, it takes batteries.
Because the other one was would get pretty hot from the light bulb and it had paper sheets. Remember that? Probably started fires.
I had it, and what the invisible hand claws scratching the door.
Okay, watch this part. This is a good part. And then tell me what you think of it after this part's done. This scene's done.
Oh.
Whoa.
Damn. Ouch.
That's very James Wan, right?
Those sounds it makes when it twists itself.
Creepy?
Yeah, it's like you can hear the bones popping.
Yeah. Rob says kid got some nails on him.
She's having visions.
Yeah. There's all kinds of shit going on. No, no, no. Don't do it. Don't do it. So Ed knows, but Ed's having a heart attack now. She's out of it doing whatever she was doing.
She's just tripping.
Okay.
That was trippy.
Now, what did you think of that scene? What are your
The
thoughts?
sounds when the kid was distorting his body,
The
and
sounds?
those sounds was like just like bones popping and cracking like that.
Right. So it says the exorcism of 8-year-old David Gletzel was meant to end the months of torment, but for Arnie Johnson, it was just the beginning. The tragic events that followed made nationwide headlines and led Ed and Lorraine Warren to the most sinister discovery of their career, based on the true story. The Conjuring, the Devil Made Me Do It.
Yeah.
Now, allegedly, this happened, but for real, there's a trial and they used demonic possession as the reason behind why something happened.
That's got to be a hell of an argument when in a courtroom.
Right. And it actually happened. Like that part actually happened. But what did you think about like the possession and the contorting and all of that stuff?
Well, like he's, when they carried him down the stairs, it was like that invisible hand that was scratching the walls,
Right.
and then plates flying out, hitting the priest. But it was the sound when he was contorting.
That's
That
what freaked.
sound
Right.
is just unsettling
Right.
because that sounded more like bones breaking and just twisting.
Right. So it's got that flavor of Malignant, that kind of feel to it. My thing is the visuals pulled me out of it because the CGI, it's just a bit too dramatic, cinematic Hollywood to me. And it was just like a bit too much. What did you think?
Well, yes, like get that sound in terms of the kid distorting and stuff.
Yep.
Something can't really put my finger on it. That was just felt off when he pounced him,
Right. It was just a bit too much.
and then how no one noticed that. Say for the one guy who was having a heart attack.
Yeah.
But still, like, I can't get that sound out of my head because that was so. It's just
You're gonna have nightmares.
you don't hear that sound unless a bone's breaking or popping or something.
I never heard you talk that way before.
Because I've broken bones. I've had things happen, but
Yeah. It just
that
really got
sound.
to you. Yeah. No, I agree with that.
I landed on a sewer lid and had a popping sound when I broke my collarbone.
Yeah.
Popping, cracking sound. That was almost like what that sound was.
Right.
But that shot, though, still when the priest showed up, it's almost like they were trying to lift the shot from Exorcist.
Yeah. So parts of it were a bit cheesy, but parts of it worked, right?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
trying to lift a shot from another, movie, a very famous movie. But I guess that could be seen as a nod to it.
Right. Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
that's still,
suppose.
that like invisible force when they were dragging the kid down without touching the wall. You got those claw marks.
Yeah. Yeah. To me, that part was too far. Like it just went a little bit too far. But that being said, I'm fascinated, obsessed with this kind of stuff and these stories and everything. And I'll flip from being, oh, that's just so stupid and whatever, it doesn't make sense, to actually getting scared sometimes.
It's like,
And
yeah,
wondering
when
if
they
I
do
should
when
be
they
watching this.
yeah when they do those shots and stuff, those scenes, how much liberty are they taking?
Right.
Because they got to take some creative think. Oh, this would be a great shot. So let's have the kid distort.
Yeah.
Let's have him go down and scratch the walls.
Yeah. Yeah. True. True. Very true. I know, because it's like,
Especially
how do
with
you?
the eyes? Think about the eyes. I've seen that so many times in some movies.
Yeah.
Someone gets possessed or something in them. The eyes and the area around it change.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been done so many times. Yeah, exactly. I know it's kind of hard. Like if you were reading the script and trying to figure out how you're going to portray that visually or with sound, it's like, yeah, how would you do it kind of thing. So
Yeah, they got to sit there. Okay, let's do this. Let's do that. And
yeah.
when they do the whole black eye thing,
Yeah.
supernatural. No matter what, supernatural comes to mind.
Right. Yeah. Right. Professor says, was the same kid as from Color Out of Space, the one that got merged? I don't know. Do you know?
Let me do a little research here. Seen so many of these kids.
Yeah, hard to know.
Is that Julian Hallard?
Is that the kid's name?
Yeah, it's him.
Okay.
It lists this as Color Out of Space in this.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that.
He was also apparently in the House of Haunting of Hill House.
Really? Didn't know that. He's good in this, the little kid. Everybody's good in this, I think.
Well, there's some pretty talented kids out there.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
What was her name? Was it Dakota Fanning when she was a kid or something?
Yeah.
Where she had to do a scene talking about being sexually abused, and she was a little girl, and she had to put out this performance of the trauma.
Yep.
Of having that happen.
Yep.
And that's
Crazy.
a lot to ask for a child to do a scene like that.
Yeah. I don't know how they're not freaked out by this stuff. I know it's filmed out of context, but they still have to kind of know the story, right? So it's kind of
Creepy spot.
wise beyond their years. I
Nobody bothered to repair that damage to the house.
guess. No.
1 minute. I think my dog wants in.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh, Echo. So you just missed a little bit of a jump scare. He just like was in the kitchen and kind of sensed something was going on, dropped the cereal, and like the witch, this woman, she like appeared in a vision and like grabbed at him, and then they cut.
I saw him looking through that hole. Never look in a hole. In horror movies, don't look in a random hole in the wall.
Exactly.
And so he's basically this guy here, Ed. He's the only one who knows.
Yeah, because when he was having the heart attack, he heard. Well, the demon talked to him through the little boy, and then he heard that Arnie said to leave him alone, come into me instead. So he knows. And then Lorraine was off in her La La Land with her visions or whatever, her other stuff going on.
The other guy was knocked down, so he's like the only one who knows, but he's in no state to tell anybody anything.
He's kind of out of commission a bit too. And apparently, I guess around the time of this case, he actually had a heart attack, I think. I think something thereabouts in real life.
Oh, yeah. Flashback to the 1940s. Look at those cars.
Yeah, that's when they were dating, when they first met. So the movie itself kind of splits into two stories. It's almost like two movies together in one.
You know, I don't really watch many of like these possession movies, and I don't know why.
So you know you're all into it now.
I mean, I guess if it's done right and done creepy and scary enough.
Yeah.
But if it was done wrong and the actors couldn't, I don't, like really do a good job, and it came out wrong, too comical or too moronic, then I guess I wouldn't be into it.
Right. Just like any movie, though, I think we need to like slow down and kind of give stuff a chance, and kind of watch it. I'm getting now where I'm judging things really fast. And I even said last week I didn't like The Pope's Exorcist, and then Dave said he liked it, and I was like, and it's like maybe I should rewatch it and like chill and give it another chance. I don't know why we think every single movie has to be a blockbuster hit.
No, not at all. I mean,
It doesn't.
Because if you think every movie is going to be a blockbuster hit, then get ready for it to be a complete dud. Oh God, why do I think something bad's going to happen with this chainsaw?
Wait for it. Yeah, I keep seeing that lady. Yikes. See, he doesn't even know anything's really going wrong. He just sensing something is a little off.
That part with the chainsaw, that could have been, that's a good jump scare because how it could have hit somebody.
Yeah. I feel personally the worst Exorcist themed movie is The Devil Inside, the one that had no ending and you had to go to a website that no longer works. Weren't you telling me about that, Echo? Maybe not. Somebody was.
That's kind of a lame thing to do.
Yeah, that's weird.
I think the last, couple like possession type movies was Exorcist 3 when me and JT did the watch. And then me and Hobbs had watched one about the girl in the apartment or something like that, about a girl whose roommate had died, and there's like a spirit in there with her.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, God, I'd have to get the name for you because we both did a review of it, so I'd have to go back.
Cool. He told me to watch Beyond the Door. That's a really good one, too. Creepy.
I think. Oh, hey, we got some Blondie.
You get some tunes.
That's what's great about when you put it in the past like this. So this is like what, the 80s? So it's early
Yeah.
80s.
Yeah.
The awesomest music ever came out in the 80s.
Yeah.
Beyond this, you can tell something's wrong with this guy.
But that he's a drunk.
Or no, like look at him. He's all sweaty and clammy, and you can tell something's wrong.
There's tension building. The Last Exorcism was surprisingly good. The sequel, not so much. I didn't see the sequel.
Well, not sometimes
Last
the
Exorcism was good.
Yeah, sometimes the sequel can hit, and other times it's just a dud.
Yep, that's true. Or sometimes it's better than the original movie.
Look, oh damn, this guy's all sweaty and clammy and just.
Something's wrong. Oh, buddy, don't do that.
The dogs can sense it.
Yeah.
Look, having a bad acid trip or something.
Yeah. So the actual guy that plays this character, like he's alive still. He exists.
It must be weird when if you had it, if you did, to have a.
So he's kind of hallucinating and stuff too, seeing visions.
Oh. Wow, bad acid trip.
Yep. You're never going to sleep again.
I love like some of these shots.
Well, I'm
And
glad you're enjoying
they
this.
slowed down the music a little there with those
Yeah.
shots in the red light.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a jump scare here.
I'm enjoying rewatching this again. I love this scene so much. This is such a cool scene.
But like if you did something horrible or a part of something horrible and someone makes a movie about it years later,
Yeah.
it's gotta be have an effect on you.
Yeah.
Walking at his eyes and his skin.
That's creepy.
And then it goes right back like nothing's wrong. That's a great effect.
Because you feel so bad for him. Because he was such a nice guy before that.
That line, I think I hurt someone.
Yeah. So this is the premise of the story. So this is where it starts. Now this is where the trial happens, and he goes to trial, and they plead, the devil made me do it. I think the story is so cool.
That is something that would not slide in court these days.
Probably not, but they did take it into account.
It's such a weird. I know, but it's like such a weird thing. Like people would be wondering.
Right?
There'd be a lot of non-believers because it's kind of hard to believe.
Yeah, I know, isn't it? Like, and so for me, that's what I love about this story and this movie is you're kind of flipping back and forth, right? You're playing the whole, oh, this is stupid, but then it's kind of creepy at the same time. And I don't know, be cool to talk to that guy. But yeah, it's hard to say. Could.
I mean, there'll be so many doubters. Plus, there has been people who have used it as an excuse to try to get away with stuff.
Right. Exactly.
Which would increase the amount of doubters.
Right.
So true, Professor.
What is he saying?
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled is make people believe he doesn't exist.
Yeah. Very true. I always come back to the same argument. It's like, how are we here? How are we here if we don't believe in some of this stuff?
I mean, if there's a heaven, there's a hell. If there's a God, there's a devil.
Or something. There's
there's this thing called the yin yang. You know, the balance of light and darkness. Something's got to represent each.
Right. The only thing that draws me out of it a bit is Ed and Lorraine Warren, just because there's so much weird stuff surrounding them. And the fact that so many movies were made, I don't know. Was it just a money-making scheme, a bunch of bullshit? I don't know. That being said, I still somewhat believe that there's dark energies and that kind of thing in the planet, but believing them, I don't know. Maybe. I didn't meet them, so I don't know for sure, but
are they even still alive?
No. Ed passed away quite a few years back, and Lorraine after him. Their daughter is still alive, and she owns the Haunted Museum with all the artifacts, Annabelle and everything. And her husband runs that whole thing, and they run a ghost hunting group called Nesper, and they still deal with cases and stuff, I guess. I tried reaching out to the son-in-law before for an interview, but I didn't hear anything back. So
they probably get a lot of requests.
Yeah.
They also, besides getting requests, they probably get a lot of people, saying some pretty nasty things. So,
and they tend to do horror cons and stuff, and I feel like if you paid them, you might get an interview, that kind of deal, but they don't just randomly do things unless you know somebody who knows them. Because I think even the museum is closed to the public right now too. I don't think it's open. With the Annabelle doll and all the haunted artifacts.
And because of these movies, you're gonna have people when they come and see it probably mess around.
Yeah. So. When it reaches that level, it's pretty hard. But I don't want to do it for notoriety. I want to do it because I'm just curious. I want to ask questions.
Completely. Oh, good old days when they didn't not understand the concept of a wheelchair ramp.
That's sad, eh?
I with my mother, she has to use a wheelchair, and if I see a building that doesn't got a wheelchair ramp, it's not handicap friendly. Oh, watch me go off, and I start complaining.
Freak out. Good for you.
Because you don't know what it's like for them when they go and they see a store. They go, I want to go in there, and the aisles aren't wide enough. There's a step. They can't get up. Yeah, I don't know, notice things, and it triggers me a little bit because I think places should be.
Yeah, well, absolutely, you should. Rightly so. As I'm getting older, finding that the whole world doesn't give a shit about older people.
You said it, not me. The part.
I am. I could say it. For the most part, they don't care.
Shit, yeah, I'm turning 45 this year. So is the professor. I mean, when I was in Virginia, we had a murder case, and they tried to claim that the guy had mental illness and couldn't tell the difference between reality and fantasy.
Right.
Was blaming D&D. It was because, he didn't want to be tried as an adult and possibly get the death penalty.
Right.
So it all being fake.
Yeah. I know. In this case, you'd think that's probably what they were doing with this whole thing, but what if they weren't? What if they weren't?
Exactly. Because
what if you're wrong?
There's going to be people who are going to try to use it to get off, like the Slender Man thing. He was made as a mime, but people try to claim he was real and did all these killings.
Yeah, true.
So it'd be hard to tell what's really happening with anything if you have all these people who are just using it to try to get away. Next time I jaywalk, I'll blame, I don't know, the boogeyman or something.
Yeah, the boogeyman did it.
This house, though, there's something about the... Oh my God, it's a water bed.
This is a cool scene. This is cool. Did you ever have a water bed?
My parents did. Oh my God.
I did.
Never see them anymore. I've never seen them. Oh my... I don't remember them being like that, though, the way this kid is. I remember them being uncomfortable.
They were weird. It was different, but yeah, I had one, and they leaked pretty easily too. But this scene flashes you back to that, right? Watch it. Like, if I had seen this back then, I never would have slept in my room again, ever. Just wait for it. Hey, Captain Adams, how's it going?
Yeah, you never see this.
Partway through The Conjuring, the devil made me do it, and Echo is thoroughly freaked out.
You never see water beds anymore.
No, I know. Wait, Echo, just wait.
I saw there was a face there. Nice.
Can you imagine that? Like, no one would believe him.
They're gonna think he punctured the bed.
Yep.
I just don't remember them kind of being like that where they would move around that much.
They were like that.
It's been the early 80s since I've seen one.
Yeah. I think shortly after mine started leaking, everybody got rid of them.
I mean, what was the craze with them anyways?
I don't know. They were supposed to be like betters. You know what I hated? Because it was like a bag inside of a really hard wood frame. And anytime you'd get in and out, you'd like totally bang your knee and stuff on it. Like, it was really painful. Yeah. But it was like hip, like a cool thing to have.
I remember these little bed of nails that people would sleep on, like acupuncture.
Yeah. Crazy.
Oh, what happened there?
Captain Adams says waterbeds were so strange in hindsight. They were. They really were. So see, there's two stories going on here, right? There's the reason.
Yeah, that's not water damage.
And it's got to do a lot with like Lorraine having those visions that she didn't talk about. But I think it's because she's trying to understand what's happening too. Yeah, Rob said super uncomfortable. Yeah, they were so weird.
Well, my parents had one back in the early 80s. I think when we moved to military housing, they got rid of it.
Yeah.
Crawl spaces.
Creepy.
I can't do crawl spaces because I have to be able to stand up.
Captain Adams.
I'm not claustrophobic or anything, but I just don't like crawl spaces.
Oh, I don't either.
If I can't stand up, I'm not comfortable with them.
Yeah. You feel like you can't breathe. Yeah, some of those caves that people go into. Not for me, thanks. Like, have you seen the movie As Above, So Below?
No.
When they're in the catacombs, it's like tight spaces that you have to crawl through. No, thank you. It's like a found footage kind of film.
That might be why, because I'm not the biggest of found footage.
It's okay.
I mean, I've seen some, just not the biggest fan.
Yeah. I watched it because people were trying to get me to watch it. But it's very claustrophobic.
The ominous plastic under the house.
Yeah.
Am I all gathered somewhere around something?
We found the box for the light. My daughter was looking for that light box, remember, with all the filters? We found it. It was sitting right there.
It's usually always the simplest places, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I was like, no, it's under the shelf over here with all these boxes. No, it's right where I left it on the chair. There.
No, that's not water damage. It's something, but not water damage.
Dun, dun, dun.
The heck is that?
Some kind of weird artifact.
Oh, I remember those cameras.
Yeah, those were cool, hey? I don't think I ever had one.
I remember seeing them. I still remember ever using one like that.
I remember they existed, though, yeah.
Back in '81, that would have been more like the old Polaroids.
Right. I had one of those back then.
I had a Polaroid back in the '90s, but I never used it. I got rid of it.
I used like a couple of pictures out of the roll, and that was it. It ended up back in the box.
With the Polaroid, I think I ended up with it because I thought it was cool, and then I got rid of it because like, oh, the joy of it wore off.
Yeah, it was cool because then you didn't have to wait for your film to get developed, but it wasn't.
They brought them back.
Yeah, they did. I know my daughter got one.
I have one somewhere. Let's like back. Right as I'm talking about that,
Polaroid.
this is.
Oh, that's cool. I think my daughter's is the same. That's the same color.
I don't even know if it has anything left in it.
Have you used it?
No, but I don't know if it's got film in it. So I guess there's one way to find out.
Yep.
Try to remember to turn the damn thing on.
You have to charge them, I think, now, though. I think they're all like digital, right?
No, it's battery.
Or battery.
I don't even know if it has film in it. Yeah, it's
No film.
no batteries.
Yeah. Same thing with my daughter. Used it twice.
I don't want to see if it's got film in it because I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah.
I mean, no, it's got no film in it.
No. You can buy the cartridges, I think.
Yeah.
Like, probably at like Best Buy or something.
That'd be fun to
Walmart.
to play around with.
Yeah.
They're not like the old ones.
Yeah. My daughter went with her friends to one of those photo booths. And now the pictures, remember how the pictures were like just a strip of like really tacky, like little. I have some of those with her and me. But her friends went recently, and now the pictures are like really high quality.
Oh yeah. Remember the photo buttons you used to be able to do?
The what?
The photo buttons. They take a picture and then they put in a button about yay big.
Yeah.
You put this big button on, which is about that big. You can use it like a regular picture because it had a stand on it. I used to see them at some events.
Cool. I don't know if we had those here.
I have some somewhere. I just don't know where I put them.
Right. That's neat.
This old man they're going talking to, I've seen him before.
This old guy. I don't know who this actor is.
Look him up because I've seen him before.
Okay, let's look it up.
Because he's been around for a long time. John Noble. I think that's him.
What's he been in then?
Let me check. It might not be him. Let me look at the rest of the cast.
Yeah, I think that's him.
They just made him look older.
Lord of the Rings.
Sleepy Hollow.
Dark Matters. Yeah, why do I remember that?
I've seen him before. I knew I'd seen him. Just made him look older. But again, he was born in 48, so he's not a spring chicken.
He probably is older now in this film.
He was born in 1948, from what I read.
Yeah, so.
But I've seen him in other stuff.
Yeah, he's been in lots of things. I like when there's actors you kind of recognize, but you're not exactly sure who they are.
You gotta and of course, luckily it was nowadays with the internet, you just go do and don't look up.
Yeah.
Interesting place he has.
Have they said who he is yet? Have you seen?
No, right now they're just talking to him and they're showing the stuff he has.
Okay. So Lorraine probably kind of knows who he is.
Yeah, because she told Ed not to touch anything. Of course, he picks up a book and looks at it.
Yeah.
That's something a kid would do. Don't touch anything.
Touch it.
Yeah. Hit them with reverse psychology. Touch it. Can you imagine having to create all these props?
Yeah. I know people in town here that would go around and buy things from stores for the movies. So you see what I'm saying now? There's like two kind of separate stories happening, like two things going on with this movie.
Looking at the trial and then looking at the stuff that led up to it.
Yeah.
Why isn't that a trippy shot of everything upside down?
Oh, you're going to like this scene. I think this movie definitely you have to have the sound. Like I'm watching it just with subtitles, but
The sound helps it.
it does. Yeah, I think you're right.
Because the sound can help set the atmosphere and set the mood.
Yeah.
Oh, he's having a bad time.
Yeah. See, I appreciate they're uncovering what happened and why they got to this point, but I would like them to focus more on his story, his side of it. Do you remember that part?
What part is that?
What he's saying?
Trying to I got the sound down a little bit.
Because you were talking about the song, the Blondie song, remember?
Oh,
It was a Blondie song, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, this guy
I
started
forget.
talking.
I just forget the name.
Right. So that guy was almost like, well, it was like a weird vision kind of thing, or like the guy is this prison? Is that jail or is it like a
Yeah,
psych ward?
he's in prison, and I'm guessing, and
Right.
somebody's
So,
working some mojo on him.
right. And so the other guy's there and the other guy's like, like it's like letting him know there's something wrong with you.
Ooh, nice shot.
Yeah, Grim Life Collective, I think, went to the places where they filmed this, and it like some of the places it was pretty cool.
See, to have the de-age of town, you gotta have all the vehicles and people dressing up like they did in that period.
Yeah.
Not easy, not cheap.
Or even the vision, right? Like the vision to you got the idea of what you want to do and knowing you're going to go to these different locations to film these different shots and put it all together. I love that. I'd love to do that. Do you like it so far?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like somebody's messing with this guy.
With Ed?
No, the guy who killed that other guy because like someone was like performing a ceremony and I saw a picture of him.
Right.
It's like, what is going on? Someone working some mojo.
So now they're learning about cults and devil worshippers and stuff of where that statue came from. And for some reason Lorraine can't she's not completely seeing a clear vision of what the hell's going on, so
And she just seems a little kind of off.
yeah. There's a lot more to come still. I've been hearing a lot of stories about these kinds of things. I'm not going to say any more yet because I don't want to ruin it for you. Kind of fascinating too.
The unknown though, kind of unknown supernatural stuff gets it's kind of scary too.
Like curses and weird stuff like that. Yeah. It's terrifying. But I kind of want to I want to learn more about it.
Everyone just like in the back outside that room is just like watching.
Yeah.
I mean, goes right into Elvis.
Yeah, it
I like
definitely
I like
sounds.
the I like the king.
Yeah. Do we even have a chat going on? Yeah, we got a couple people hanging out still. That's cool. Whatever, I don't care. Echo's having a good time. I'm enjoying seeing your perspective on it. That's all that matters to me.
It's the first time, and it's like I don't know about her. Wait, something is just like off.
Because she's seeing things, but she doesn't know what they mean. And then stressed because Ed just went through that heart attack too, right?
Yeah, definitely would affect.
Yeah. I think that's what he died of, actually. Not then, but later.
He had a bad tickle.
Yeah, I think so.
This guy's looking like hell, like a freaking zombie. He's got no
Yeah,
coverage again, dark around his eyes.
yeah. And the little boy kind of knows, like,
Because it was in the little boys and him now.
yeah.
The way he looks at him, not
Rob
saying.
says he's here. Rob's still here. Hey, Rob. It's Die Hard Rob. Right
Hello,
on,
Rob.
man.
This guy looks like he's ready to kill over.
Yeah. See, I think the second film or the first film is better, but this one is better for a watch party, I think.
How many movies are there in the franchise?
Oh, there's lots. There's 1, 2, and 3 of The Conjuring. There's another one coming out. I think it's in production or something. What's it called? The Conjuring Last Rites, which follows this one, I believe. There's the Annabelle movies, the Conjuring universe.
It's a great big franchise then.
Yeah, it is. That's why people got turned off because there's so much going on that it got to be a bit too much.
Is it all in the past?
I don't think so. There's 9 films. There's The Conjuring, Annabelle, The Conjuring 2, Annabelle Creation, The Nun, The Curse of La Llorona, Annabelle Comes Home, and The Conjuring The Devil Made Me Do It. But there's The Nun 2 coming out, and then there's this other Conjuring movie, Last Rites. So there'll be 11. So I think that's why people get upset, because there's so many cross connections and things happening. It just got to be too much.
Especially if it's in more than one time period, it's kind of going to get difficult to follow.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. You're right. It's all different time periods.
That can make it hard because then it's like, hey, you have to watch it in order. So I'm guessing with these Conjuring ones, you would watch them first. So if they take place before the other movies.
I don't think you have to, though. You don't have to. I think you can watch them all by themselves. Like this one you're watching and you're following it fine.
So it's not a specific, then, order.
Maybe the Annabelle movies. And we don't know what the Nun's going to be like, the second Nun movie. Second Nun movie, I think, is still a standalone movie, but I guess it helps to have watched the first one as well, because the Nun from that one.
It would help fill in. It would help fill in blanks that you might have.
Right. But like this one, as long as you know who Ed and Lorraine Warren are, you can kind of watch it. The 1, 2, and 3 don't like connect together really, except for those two. With those two. I think, anyway. So maybe for you, in that way, it would be kind of enjoyable because you're not forced to sit and watch 9 movies. You can kind of watch randomly whenever you
Or
feel
9 movies. Watch 9 movies. I have to watch enough movies as is.
I have such a hard time doing that. Being forced to sit down and watch every single movie one after the other in a franchise.
Oh yeah, especially because some franchises are long.
Yeah, exactly.
Or sometimes if they're not long, they're like Halloween has different continuities.
Right.
So you got to figure out which one goes with what.
Right. Okay, so now this story just got a little bit more. Wait, there's more.
Stabbing a friend and remembering.
So she's seeing a vision of this girl getting stabbed a bunch of times in the woods, right? Same as Arnie stabbing the boss. And it's really playing on them as a couple too. So there's obviously some bigger thing going on here that involves them too.
All right, make the guy who just had a heart attack run after you.
Yeah.
You can already see he's having trouble. His tickle can't take it. He's about ready to pass out.
Yep. I guess it would be frustrating, like if you had psychic abilities and things weren't coming in crystal clear and you couldn't really explain it to the other person.
I mean, I've known empaths, all people who
Yeah,
claim
me
to
too.
be, but I've never known if they were actually telling the truth.
Exact that too, yeah. What do you think of that?
Oh, whoa, that's something.
Was that cool or was that like a bit much?
You don't know. I mean, she just turned around and you kind of knew that she was going to slip, though.
Yeah.
But just adding that hand like does a unseen force.
Yeah, it was cool. Grim Life Collective went to that spot. They couldn't get up there to where they were, but they showed it from across the whatever that is, the ocean or.
That looks like
And it was
there'd
pretty
be
cool.
a pain to get to, though.
Yeah, they couldn't get up there.
Eddie, you almost killed your husband by making him run after you.
Take your pill. Cal.
Hey, what's up, Cal?
Hey, Cal, how's it going? We're just partway through The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, and Echo's freaked out.
I'm guessing they're looking for that body because you tell them that she's down there. She's down there.
Yeah. That would be weird, right? If you were intuitive that way and you could like say there's a body there that's buried there. Like, how did you know that?
And that's something that there was be a lot of God, the words on my tongue. It was wouldn't believe you if you told them that. They'd be thinking, "Oh, how did you know they were there?"
Yeah.
I watched some movie about that where some mother killed herself because she had that power.
Right.
And people just credited her, so she took her own life.
And that's... Oh, no, that's the girl. The girlfriend.
Oh, whatever was out causing trouble. I didn't like him saying that.
No.
But still, that person was like doing that little ceremony or something and had that picture of this guy. Arnie, I guess, said his name was.
Right.
Someone's targeting him. Look at this guy. He looks like he's ready to just kill over. What did he give him?
Holy water. Cal says he never saw those movies either. No, neither has Echo. Not one of them. This is his first one, and he's enjoying it. I feel like converted somebody.
It's got a creepiness to it.
Yeah.
been a while since I've watched anything that actually had a general creepiness to it. They might have had little elements of it, but this is.
Oh, I'm glad because I honestly, the first time I watched this, I did not like it. So
I mean, I can see myself going back and watching the other ones.
yeah, I
I'll
think
watch
you'll really like the second.
I don't know if I'll watch the entire 800 movies in the series.
No, it's a lot, and the other ones are a bit different. Like you probably like the first one too. Maybe not as much though, because you've seen this one. I'm not sure.
What if they also will link at some point to the Amityville house? Or was that somebody else?
No, that's Ed and Lorraine Warren as well. They were part of that too. Yep.
Oh, they got around.
Yeah, and that's yeah. Yeah, that's interesting that you said that because that was like years before, but there's a lot of stuff connected to that. So maybe James Wan stayed away from that. I don't know. Of course, yeah. Cal, I'm doing lives every Saturday night still, the watch parties. But I'm still going to be doing not next week, but the week after. I'll be doing the Patreon one. And I've just been just like Echo, super busy. I got so much stuff going on. It's not even funny. And I've got a interview dropping tomorrow that I did with Born to Be Rad. That one's going to be really cool. And Echo's got a bunch of interviews and all kinds of things going on
Oh
that
yeah,
he's doing too.
busy, busy, busy.
Yep. I think more of us will be back doing the live streams again in the fall. Do you think? Summertime's
Yeah,
coming?
because with me, I also am doing some stuff around town where I live.
Me
And
too, yeah.
I have the Harvest. We call it the Harvest Festival, which is a big
Okay.
event, and that's in September.
Yep.
And then the Molly Festival is in October. So
Yep.
yeah, right after that, the beginning of October, I get cut back.
Yep.
So like the next few months are going to be busy, busy, busy.
Yeah, me too. My daughter finished school and we've just been going to different parts of town and up island and stuff like every day kind of thing. So yesterday we were like, we're staying home and we just slept. I was like wiped out, you know?
This is what I was hoping to do today, but oh no, we got a meeting for that event, that one festival I'm planning on, and oh yeah, your uncle who lives like 3 hours away is coming to town, and then he's got to poke the bear.
Yeah.
Looks so much like your brother. You still talk to your brother? And my mom tries to tell him like basically, because I'm mad at my brother right now. She tries to tell him not to say anything, so I'm just sitting there literally just was fuming a little bit.
Aw. Yeah.
Plus,
I
I'm one
get
of those
it.
the heat kind of going to make me moody and nasty, and then someone says
Yep.
something that I don't like. It's like,
Yeah, I hear ya. I hear ya. Yeah, for sure.
hi 3D.
Jake, here my least favorite movie in the series. Me too. But at least it has the great Patrick
Yeah.
Wilson and Vera Fleming.
Any actor with the first name of Patrick is
Farmiga.
great.
Yeah.
And
Um,
not any bias, no bias there. Maybe a little bit,
yeah. Just a
for
little
obvious reasons, just obvious reasons, because that Patrick translates into nobleman.
bit. Wow. Do you know
Where's
Karen translates into pure?
You peer.
Ah! Echo.
Well, the opening was there.
Oh,
What's funny
ew.
is
Gross.
Richard means son of nobleman, and that was my dad's name.
Oh, cool.
So it's just like, shouldn't it be the other way around?
Right.
And then I found out there was a chance I was almost a junior. I'm like, part of me is glad I never became a junior.
Junior. That's what I'm going to call you now, Echo Junior. That should be your name online, your online screen name, Echo Junior.
I've been thinking about doing a character based on my original online stuff. Back when I used to do role-playing rooms, and I did a vampire type character.
Yeah.
I'm looking at masks and thinking about bringing that person back.
Cool. You should do it.
I have to go and tap into a dark place to recreate that persona that I haven't.
Yeah.
Because when I did vampire role playing online, I got a little dark.
Very dark.
Because I thought it'd be cool, you know. I don't want to be the brooding guy. I want to be that dark, scary vampire. And I do all these chat rooms where you would role play, so I was the dark, scary guy.
You got to do that. That's cool. That sounds cool.
I got to find the right masks. The idea is I've been dead for 20 years and now I'm back.
yeah, you should. That'd be awesome.
I'm looking at masks. There's a thing called Temu, T-E-M-U.
Yeah.
Damn, there's a lot of that stuff on there that I've seen. Like the one mask I was looking at was like over $200. Oh, yeah. It's there for $30. I'm like, oh,
cool. That's cool. I know I'm getting addicted to that ordering stuff online too. I got to stop.
I want to save up for a PlayStation 5, but damn, when you see stuff and you're just like, I
know it's so hard. You're like, I want that. I want that. Yep, I hear that. Especially that it's, how do you say it? Temu, T-E-M-U. Yeah, that's all kinds of cheap stuff on there. Hey.
Yeah, and it's like a lot of cool stuff on there, and so it's like, oh wow.
Even Amazon's got lots of good stuff too.
Yeah, but the prices on Temu are so much better than Amazon.
They're cheaper, yeah, totally.
But it's like some pretty nice stuff.
I just want to buy movies.
I wish they had that on Temu. I look for sales when I go for movies.
Amazon just had their what was it? Their Amazon Prime Day thing, whatever.
Oh yeah. When I look at like stuff like these different services like Shout Factory or FYE. Yeah. I go and I look for the sales.
Is FYE, they have a website?
Yeah, FYE.com.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'll check that out because we don't have that here.
We used to have the store here, but now all I can find is the website.
It's just the website. I think everything's kind of flipping online. Yeah. It is here anyway.
Oh, this music's kind of ominous with that horn.
Yep. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh. I wonder why this person's targeting him.
You'll find out. I guess it's kind of neat that it's like this cult thing too, right?
Still curious. I mean,
Aw. Professor's back because his phone died. Aw. Well, we're glad you came back.
The return of the Macabre.
What time are we at?
The timestamp?
We have like 41 minutes left. So
yeah,
we're getting
40,
down to the
41:50.
1 hour 10. It's a pretty long movie. Do you think it's too long? Obviously not, because you're pretty interested.
Well, I think if you could have a 2 or 3 hour horror movie, if you pace it right, it
works. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you don't pace it right, then you're just like, no. It's all down to the pace. I've even seen some movies that are less than 2 hours that are not paced right, so you can watch an hour and a half movie or an hour and 20-minute movie, and if the pacing's bad, it feels like you're watching a 3 to 4 hour movie.
Right, it's too long. Yeah, I agree.
I really hate those kind of movies where the pacing's so horrible that it's just the sound of it.
Yeah. I watched that Bird Box Barcelona last night, and I fell asleep. I fell asleep. I'll have to give it another chance, I guess, but I fell asleep. But now I saw that the Batman is out, and I've never seen that yet. I kind of want to watch that.
I'm not a fan of that particular actor.
The Bird Box one? She's not in it, though.
The guy in the Batman?
Oh, the Batman? Oh, yeah, no.
not
The
a fan of
Twilight
him.
guy,
What's his name? Robert Pattinson or whatever.
Robert Pattinson. Yeah, I want to watch it though. I'm not really like big into that kind of movie anymore, but I want to see it. I'll watch it.
The big, dead, chubby guy.
Yeah. He hasn't gone to trial yet, though, right? You haven't seen that part.
And it looks like they're still holding him. Be right back. I'm going to go get a water.
Yeah, sounds good. We're at, sorry, Professor, I missed that. We are at an hour 12. It's just after Arnie attempted, to unalive himself, and they're kind of going over the information together, the Warrens, with the girlfriend.
Okay, so I got to get my water.
Yeah, I drink lots of water. It's so hot lately. My God, we've got our fan going still too. It's hot.
Well, I'm waiting for us to kind of drop below those triple digits.
He's back, the man behind the mask.
Yes.
And that happened with Apex Predators from Wild Eye. It has a scene of a character walking in real time to pad out the runtime, and it's rough. Yeah, it's hard getting through those kind of movies sometimes.
But you don't want you don't want the pace to be too fast.
Right.
And you don't want it to be too slow. And I'm sure filmmakers have a problem trying,
figuring it out.
Yeah, I got to get it just right.
Yeah.
But this one, because of the creepiness and the stuff happening, I think its pacing is good.
There's a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, you're right.
And it just makes it feel good.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's happening with him.
The first time I watched this, maybe I was just in the wrong headspace.
You got to be in the right headspace to watch a lot of movies.
You do, yeah. You have to be patient and give it a chance.
Pat had reviewed some movie, Christmas Twist or whatever.
Okay.
And I had watched it last year. My head wasn't in the good place. He liked it. I didn't. But it came down to the fact that my head wasn't in the right place when I watched it.
Right.
Sorry about that. My freaking.
It's like you got attacked by demons.
Right as I thought I saw a face in the window in the movie, and then my freaking mic falls over.
It's haunted.
Well, I am haunted. My cat Doobie, who died years ago, haunts me. He likes to pull little pranks on me.
Stuff happens. Stuff moves in that. Oh, that's crazy.
He moved my fan, my one tabletop fan, a couple inches the other night.
Weird.
It's just him.
That.
He just is pranking me.
Playing with you.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Because it used to be he liked to let me see him at the corner of my eyes, and then kind of mess with me. But now he's just kind of going to a different way. He's just having his fun. Probably telling me to lighten up and not be,
Yeah.
Because I've been feeling bad as of late, so I think it's his way of saying, "Hey, you know what? Ease up. It's okay." Which all it does is make me miss him, make me want to cry sometimes.
Yeah, I know. I still dream about my dog from my childhood too.
When in high school, he would wake me up in the morning. First face I would see. He made sure he was the first face I would see every day.
Yeah. Aw. That's so cool.
So I do miss him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
So now his wife's missing or something, and there's creepy lady.
Yeah. Now it gets a little insidious like.
You know what she reminds me of? Those old teachers, evil teachers.
Yeah, she's creepy looking.
I know, her face looks like a skull.
Yeah. Yeah, these movies are kind of creepy. The mastermind behind the thing hasn't come up yet. And what did he say after that? I liked this. The chemistry between Vera and Patrick is cool, but the creepy factor compared to 1 and 2 just wasn't as intense for my liking. Yes, and I believe it's because of the CGI. Went too dramatic overboard.
Okay, I don't need to see a naked fat guy. I see enough of that when I get out of the shower and I look in the mirror. So I don't need to see a naked fat guy. Well, not as fat as I used to be. Good side effect about the heat. I sweat all this weight off.
You sweat it off. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, he was about to kill her.
And they're putting it all together now. They didn't say who she was yet, though, right?
No.
No.
Said
okay.
Her.
I'll just be quiet.
But though she looks like her face the way it is.
Yeah, she's creepy. You saw her in a dark hallway, you'd freak out. Are we at the morgue?
We're past the morgue scene.
We're past the morgue scene, yeah. We're at the timestamp is 1 hour and 18 minutes.
Yeah, she showed up in the house and was messing with and almost made him kill his wife.
Yeah. The Warrens are at the house. And there's dead flowers.
Wow, they just dissolve of untouched. Oh, something in there?
Oh, it's the artifact. The artifact is in the vase. Dun, dun, dun.
Seems to give Lauer to do things to people.
I kind of like that aspect of it. It's kind of fun.
Because I don't know what natural way you're going to get that artifact in that tiny little opening.
Magic?
That's about the only way. But then again, they put ships in bottles.
It's true.
Which I still want to know how the hell they do that.
True. Well, don't they split the bottle in half?
They have to.
Fuse it together?
Yeah, but then they got to hide the line.
Or maybe they create the glass like around it.
Yeah, without burning the ship.
Maybe.
Because that. Have you ever seen people do
glass blowing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Vancouver.
I remember we went to one in Seattle, and this guy was making. I forget what he's making. He tells us, "Then you don't do this," and he holds it up and he just drops it, shadows it.
Wow.
And we're saying like, "What the?" It was his way of telling us, have a little fun, and freak us out because it was just like he just dropped it to tell us, "Don't do this."
Yeah, crazy. That kind of scares me. I don't know if I could do it because of the high temperatures, but it is a neat art form though.
Yeah, and you gotta, all stuff you gotta do, blow into that pipe.
Yeah.
Some of them are really good. They can do like animals and stuff.
Yeah. There's lots of people do jewelry like that too.
Yeah. It requires a level of skill that's insane.
Yeah. I miss we don't have enough of that kind of stuff anymore. Everything's cheaply manufactured, not as much art crafted like that.
I used to have a custom cup from when I visited one of the glass places.
Did you?
My cat Doobie, one of my aunts brought the dog over and freaked my cat out. He was looking in my room to get away from the dog, and my custom made glass went bye-bye.
Oh, bummer.
They felt bad about it, my aunt and uncle, but it was like, ugh.
It happens.
Yeah, that's nothing you can do about it.
I had a really. Do you know raku pottery? It's kind of like a pottery that's got like the shine on it is kind of like a metal, but it's like oil, like an oil looking coloring to it, but it's
Ooh.
pottery. I had this really beautiful little vase from when I left my hometown to move out here. The workplace I worked at, they gave it to me and it got broken. It was really sad. I was like, oh, bummer.
Sorry, Professor. I don't think robot girls are set in a supernatural world.
This is-
But Chucky's
Oh,
supernatural.
oh, Rob said he thinks Batman was wicked. The Batman. So is
So
Megan
I
set in the
just thought,
same universe as a Conjuring? If so, you know what? We saw the movie the other day, me and Abby. I can't remember where, and I was gonna buy it. I wanted to buy it. Oh, that was fun. We always call it Mithrigan, though. We say Mithrigan.
uh-oh, he left his medicine behind. This guy
And he
locked the
says
door to the house and no one can get in.
Annabelle does have a cameo in Aquaman.
They add a lot of cameos in movies and stuff. Like in Chucky, there's like Freddy's glove, Freddy's glove, Jason's mask, and so I forget what else is there.
Is there?
Yeah, and Bride of Chucky, when at the beginning when they're collecting Chucky's remains, they show
Right.
like the evidence, and you see some of these stuff that's from other movies, other franchises.
Okay. I didn't really get into the Chucky franchise.
I did a little, but after Cedar Chucky, I said, "Nah, I'm not interested in it."
Yeah, I watched the first maybe 2 or something like that, and that was it.
This guy's hairdo reminds me of my dad a little.
Does it?
Yeah,
Okay.
this bad guy, whatever he is. I think this guy's a bad guy.
The dad, the old guy.
Yeah, the guy, John Noble.
Yeah.
Something about him. Maybe because he's
Yeah.
also one of those guys who's played bad guys and other stuff before.
Right. But he's trying to pretend to be a good guy. Oh, Eric. Hey,
Hey,
Eric,
Nicole.
how's it going? How you doing? How's your summer going?
Go down the creepy stairs. Go down the creepy stairs.
Jennifer Tilly really elevates those Bride and Seed movies for me.
Yeah. She played what's her name? Chucky's wife. I just can't remember her character's name. Tiffany.
Tiffany, yeah. I just said that because in the interview, I asked that question. Yeah, Tiffany. Jennifer Tilly, I have a claim to fame. So her mom lived on the island. And years ago, I did like folk art kind of furniture and stuff with my then husband. And their mom, Jennifer and Meg Tilly's mom, bought some of our art and had it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. And then I met her at one of the art. We went to one of these big art fairs and had a booth and met her. And she just like hippie, really long black hair with those really black eyes, like Jennifer has. But she was a very nice, very refined kind of lady. And then one time I was working at this gift shop and I was selling cards and gifts and stuff like that. It was early Sunday morning and I was working. And these 2 people came in. It was Meg Tilly, because I knew it was her right off the bat. She was there with this young guy, and I was like, who is that? Has she got like a bodyguard? I'm like, are they dating? Like, who is that? And he chatted with me and he said, you need to get a hat to the lady he was with Meg. And she's like, no, I'm not going to get that. And I said to him, well, why don't you get a hat? And he said, oh, you won't catch me dead in a hat. And then they left. And then I Googled it, and it was Meg Tilly's ex-husband's, their son. Colin Firth. Colin Firth's son. I was like, wow. That was cool. Really cool. So that's how I know them. But not Jennifer. Never met her.
She's realizing something about him.
Wait for it. Are they, so he's doing like last rites on him?
Yeah, looks like it. And the light's flickering, like it's just a wire, weather, whatever.
Yeah. He's having a rough day.
Oh yeah. He's having one of those like should have stayed in bed days.
Yep. Yeah, like us the last couple days in the heat.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Like I was telling somebody, like I had to go out and I got home. I told them when I got home, I'm gluing my ass to the AC. If you want to watch somebody kick and scream and act like a little kid, try to pull me away from my AC.
Yeah.
I'll kick and scream and scratch and bite and I'll cry like a little boy, like a little girl.
How hot is it there? Are you guys in the hundreds? Wow.
For today and tomorrow, and then we're gonna be in the 90s. At one point, I think we're supposed to be like 88, which I'm looking forward to that day.
But even 88's hot. Like that's even hot.
Oh yeah, but when you're like in the mid to high 90s, 88's nice. I hit those triple digits. 88's nice.
Or is it like totally still, or do you have a breeze at least?
Usually in the evening we get a little bit of a breeze.
Oh, that's good.
Because all heat's like weird. Like you think it would hit us like noon or 1. No, it usually hits about 4 or 5. We get the heat
at night, like 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Yeah, early evening.
Yeah, it's weird, right? It's really weird here too, like that. Also, like you were saying, we haven't had the same normal heat waves that we usually get. It's been kind of weird.
Yeah, you usually know when your heat's gonna come.
Yeah.
But this year it's like a month off.
And you haven't had any smoky skies this year.
That I know, and
me neither.
It's still early, so
yeah. Hopefully it's okay.
It seems to all be going out east.
It's like it's burning. It's probably how nature, right? Like it's burned here the last couple years, so now it's hitting that side instead.
It's like they got bad winters in the past couple of years, and then we got a bad winter this year.
I know everyone in America on the East Coast is all mad at Canada for the fires, but it's not. It's nature. It's not their fault. It's just so dry.
And it's like people posting stuff on Twitter. Hey, we're from from Oregon or Washington. Need some tips on how to handle the smoke.
Yeah. It's climate change. It's all the crap we've been doing to the environment for how many years? It's all catching up now.
It's getting worse by like El Nino or El Nina. One of them is hitting. In
Ottawa, in Canada, they just had a big tornado hit. Like just weird crap, weird stuff happening.
And we need to do something, but going to be too hard to do anything when people are going to fight it.
Climate change?
Well, it's the denials.
It's too far. Yeah.
Big companies, the big companies are making things worse.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. For years and years. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's kind of gone past the point of no return. I think.
Especially with all these new things. Seems like all these new things started coming in place, trying to slow things down.
Yeah.
It's like the counter is to quicken things up, to do stuff that's going to quicken things up.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I agree. You just got to learn to live with it. That's all.
I'm saying this is the extreme. This weather, this extreme weather is the new norm.
Yeah.
This is our life. And this ain't
by 20. Our life now. Yeah.
Yeah, by 2000 and by the 100 years, less than 100 years when it hits 2100, the 22nd century.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the all-time worst.
Yeah. I know it's pretty scary to think, right?
We won't be around for it because some of us will be too old.
Yeah.
But it's all
Kids will
kids
be
and all.
around though.
Yeah, they're gonna pay for what we did.
Yep. Or our people before us did too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we knew this was coming, but
Yeah,
now
yeah.
it's
They've been
being quick,
predicting this forever.
it's being hastened.
You ever rewatch the movie 12 Monkeys?
Yeah,
That's crazy because there's so much in there. I'm like, whoa, that they knew back then that they're talking about now.
yeah, a lot of stuff in this other movies you sit there and you watch and it's like, wow, that
Yeah, I know
mirror.
it's mind blowing. Yeah. Yep. Um,
Oh,
did I
call
post that
Jared
already?
Butler.
He complains when they get 70, 76 over here. Can't imagine surviving in 100. I don't know if we've ever had that temperature here, actually, like over 100.
Oh, we've had it in the past few summers.
I don't think so. Maybe because I'm right on the ocean, like it doesn't get as hot. I don't know. Don't know. Don't think we've ever had that. Thank God, because yeah, when it gets to be like 85, even that's hot. Excuse me. Someone call Gerard Butler and get that weather
Yeah,
control satellite fixed.
he's talking about Geostorm where they had that satellite that can control the weather.
Oh.
If only we had that, that could help out a lot. You know, put that in the Arctic so we can drop that weather, get that ice back.
Yeah. Oh, don't do that to her. Thank God I've never had a dream like that. Someone's like dangling a knife in your face into your
I
eye.
used to get the ones about the vacuum cleaners.
To what?
I used to get nightmares about vacuum cleaners.
Did you?
What's worse, the worst nightmares are the ones like where like I'd have these ones where I'm in a room and I'm trying to turn the light switch on. And there's something in the room with me and the light won't come on.
Oh, creepy. Creepy.
And I'm just in the dream. I'm just like trying to flick the light on.
Yeah. Weird. I've been actually having dreams the last couple nights. I never have dreams. I'm always so tired. I just zonk right out, but the
I'm
last couple
sure.
nights,
I'm sure I'm having them, but I don't recall them.
you don't recall them. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, I've recalled them the last couple of days. Weird.
This woman,
Yeah, she's a bitch. Look at her.
she can make people see things. She's targeting this guy.
Yep.
Ah, welcome back, Jamie.
Jamie's back. Jamie's
Yeah.
back. Hey, Jamie. Echo's gonna have nightmares tonight.
What? I, I thought, why is she targeting this guy? She seems obsessed with him.
What do you mean?
Like she keeps targeting this guy who's in jail. Like she's trying to get at him.
Yeah, you'll find out.
Oh, there's that sound again.
I can't hear it.
He was moving and making that crunching, cracking, popping sound with the bones.
Yeah.
That unsettling sound.
Cracking bones. Oh, yeah. I saw the text. Cracking bones, it said.
And somebody had to create that sound.
Yeah, I wonder how they did it.
And he's hallucinating.
Shreds?
Yeah, he's hallucinating.
That's a nightmare right there. That would be creepy.
And his eyes.
Yeah. See, that's why it flashing back to when they dated, when they first met.
And all the spotlights are on the room where they're in the jail.
Can you imagine being the priest to be like, okay, fuck this, I'm out. I'm going.
It's
I'm
like,
going.
I'm giving up the brotherhood and I'm going to go flip burgers for a living.
Yeah. I quit. I'm out. Here's the rosary. You do it. Oh. Uh-oh.
These movements.
Guards are like, no thanks. I'm on coffee.
And now he's hovering, so that's extra. I'm giving up this job.
Yeah. Actually, that levitation scene was pretty good. That wasn't too bad.
They've had decades to master that.
Yeah, I know, but they always do that stupid spider crawl thing up the wall. So stupid.
I think the spider crawl used to be creepy, but it's lost some of its.
Ugh, it's just they do it in the Pope's Exorcist, and it's like, oh my god.
There was a wrestler
Stop.
who used to do it, and it was so creepy because he was kind of a chubby one.
Right?
Later on, he put on some muscle mass, and he would do it, and he'd walk, and it's
Yeah.
like, holy shit. What's her name? There's a girl, she was on some of these America's Got Talent type shows.
Right.
Who used to do a lot of creepy, like hallucination, like magical stuff.
Oh yeah?
God, what was her name? I have to look her up, but I'll send a video. You can see some of the stuff she did.
Okay.
The name again with an R.
Okay.
She's an illusionist from like some Latin island.
Oh, I've never heard of her.
And she does some pretty good, like trippy stuff.
Cool.
Her look is a bit like what's her name from Ring.
Oh
she
yeah?
she wears like a black dress, but she's got the hair all down.
Yeah.
She barely talks, and when she does, she's got that broken accent.
Yeah. Creepy.
Oh, breaks the
Smash the
altar thing in
altar.
half.
It's like, fuck you, bitch. To the skinny bony chick.
Look at her face. Oh, that's the name. Jamie has it. The woman's face, though.
Samara from The Ring.
Yeah. She kind of. I'm gonna have to look her up, and like
She does, but it's a different person that does that.
Yeah, she does. She did these shows. She does these illusions, and some of them are like kind of creepy, like.
Yeah. Neat.
She's actually an attractive woman, but like she has this character that she does when she does illusion shows.
Right.
That's kind of like creepy and stuff.
Yeah, that's neat. I've never seen anything like that before.
I mean, I've seen people who do like some of these shows where they do illusions and stuff, and different like the sleight of hand type stuff.
Right.
But her character is like this dark, creepy one.
Right. Okay, you got to watch this now. What'd you think of that, Echo?
Oh. Okay, that was something.
The drool and everything.
You're looking up at this creature that looks like her, but only scarier.
Yeah.
But that she had a look. Have you seen Welcome to Raccoon City?
Yes. Yeah.
That character, like that one that fights that liquor and kills her.
Right.
That character has a good horror look to her.
Yeah.
She would fit in something like this if you just added more of the supernatural stuff to her and not like the science stuff.
Yeah, right. Creepy. Who thinks of these things anyway?
And she was smart enough to have his medicine with her.
Jamie says, have you ever sat down with a whole rotisserie chicken and ripped it apart with your bare hands and ate like a beast? Maybe that's just me. What is she talking about?
Damn, Jamie. Now I'm afraid. I think it's time to no longer be teased, Jamie, because she's scary.
And now the artifact goes into their museum.
Yeah, I wouldn't keep it. I'd put it somewhere else.
And
there's a picture of the nun.
Yeah. Yeah, because Ed did a painting of that, right? In real life.
I'm gonna definitely have to go back and rewatch the other 2 movies in the series.
Yeah, you should actually. Yeah, you should. You know, I put off. I should be reviewing these movies on my channel because that's what my channel is, supernatural horror. And I keep putting stuff off because people say such negative stuff. But
they were never on my radar to begin. They were never on my radar to begin with. But now with
you hadn't even seen it yet, yeah.
Because like I said, they were never on my radar. I never thought they would interest me. But this one. There's just something about it. It's just creepy and scary, and
yeah,
the sounds though too.
Yeah. So see, he's in this. Do they show what actually happens? Yeah. So in real life, they pled that he was possessed,
and that is just such a hard thing to
hard thing to
before a judge.
Yeah. Yeah. November 24th, 1981, Arnie Johnson was convicted on the charge of manslaughter. Served 5 years, and he married Debbie while he was in prison. So that's weird too. He only served 5 years for the whole thing. And they're still married to this day. Like regardless of whether you believe or whether it actually happened or whatever, the case actually happened, and he only got 5 years for it.
It's a hard thing to put before a judge and jury.
Right? Because if they did, like if they went along with it, like anybody would be able to get off with that kind of a...
Yeah, because the next person who does it can sit there and say the same thing. It could set a precedent.
Yeah.
And become a huge issue.
Yeah. But it sure makes you think, right? It makes you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that definitely were some people who had, something going on with them when they were arrested and did something horrible, but
yeah,
going before, and you're going to have, the prosecutor's going to have a ton of people who are going to counter anything you say.
Right.
Probably more than the defense is going to have.
Yeah. And they swore by it, that it was legit.
Oh yeah, they're showing in the credits. They're showing actual footage of them.
Yeah. There's a show. So their son-in-law that runs the museum now. And they have the sound, the footage of the actual exorcism. Those kinds of things freak me out. That makes me not want to sleep at night.
And the fact that they're playing the actual recording.
Yeah. I just listened to the recordings of the Annalise Michel, the Emily Rose. Those are freaky too, because it's like how could she have made her voice do that? So weird. Anyways, I flip-flop all the time. Should I do these reviews? Should I get into it more and more? Should I interview these people and stuff. And part of me is like, I'm scared. I don't want to do it. I don't want to know. But then part of me is so curious.
Yeah, but it also means going into some pretty kind of scary, scary area.
Yeah, but I feel compelled to, explore it
I think it'd be interesting.
from a movie perspective, right?
I like how they're showing you like the characters in the movie and how they looked in real life.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad I watched this with you, Echo, because I wrote it off and I forgot about it. But I'm seeing it from a different point of view now.
I definitely can see myself watching the other ones.
Yeah, I think you'll like the second one for sure. Probably the first one too. They're talking about eating chicken. I'm talking about chicken. My son just caught me eating a whole chicken with my bare hands. So you're hungry? I understand that. He wasn't supposed to see that. Oh, that's cute. Professor saying rotisserie chicken is tasty. Over here, they make a spicy one that's, oh my god, delish. But I also go feral when eating that.
See, I see they have the first one.
Oh, it should be all of them on there. That's what all 9 movies should be on there. Is what
I'm gonna have to look them up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look them up because I'm only seeing so I can do a better job of finding them.
You see 1 and 2?
I see the first one, but I'm not seeing the second one. I see the Nun.
Well, you can watch them out of order, Yeah. I found a copy of the second one, so they're not very expensive to pick up a copy either. In the context of this whole movie universe where they showed a lawyer the madness and she became a believer, I think that defense would fly. Again, in the context of this movie universe. Showed a lawyer the madness and she became a believer. Yeah, true. I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, like they were saying, you go into court swearing to God, right? So if you believe in God, like why can't they have that defense? Kind of dealio. 100% do it, Karen, if it's something you're passionate about. It is absolutely 100%, and that's the way my channel's set up. But I get distracted because then you start hearing about the latest Halloween movie and the this and that and the other thing. But I
say go for it.
I think I will, but I do flip flop with it because as a kid, my dad was really into it, and I was terrified of this subject, like just terrified of the idea of this. But I feel like it's part of the world, so it's like something I should explore. It doesn't mean I have to go become a satanic
worshiper. Doesn't look like they have Annabelle though. On the
some
map.
of them, yeah, you might have to look, but maybe some of them are on like. Do you have any other streaming services?
Yeah, I have like Paramount. I have Amazon Prime because I'm not even seeing the second Conjuring. All I see them having is the Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, and the Nun.
He's seen all the Conjuring movies at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, my Dollar Trees doesn't carry movies anymore.
The third one doesn't have. The third one's. I saw the third one at Walmart still, so it's still kind of pricey. It's not like super cheap. Anyway, but I'm sure you can find it online somewhere.
Definitely was checking these ones out.
And check YouTube even.
Oh, there were lawsuits too, huh?
Oh, there's all kinds of stuff going on here. Okay, well, I will start cranking out reviews then.
It'd be interesting to see. But this was definitely a creepy movie.
Yeah.
I keep coming back to that sound. You see what the boy making that he's making at the end, and then the woman at the end, she's making it, and then the head's all twisted around, and there's that demon just.
Yeah. And think of it in terms of a curse too, right? That's a whole nother level of kind of creepy stuff.
Yeah, because they wanted she seemed to want that boy so they can for the soul, and she failed, so the demon collected her.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's interesting. Yeah, for sure.
So it's definitely a one I can see myself checking out.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you liked it. I feel I feel like very special because I've never shown you something, Echo. You're always showing me stuff.
Because
that's
it was
interesting
always,
me.
it was never on my radar.
Yeah.
So then I thought, oh, I'll join Karen and then watch this movie. And I'm glad I did because it's.
Yeah. Because everybody trashed them all. Everyone trashed them, says they're garbage, and then anything supernatural thereafter is garbage, and nobody gives it a chance. They decide they hate it right off the top, and then
Well,
that's
I
the end of it.
you know, I am a wee bit somewhat aware that they were accused of being false, but whether or not it was false, this was just
Interesting.
it was
Fun.
creepy. I mean, from the beginning with the boy and the claw marks and all that sound,
Yeah.
and then making him see stuff when he was going after his wife because he thought she was a fat naked guy.
Yeah, that part too. Yeah.
What a part! I didn't mean to kill her. I thought she was a fat naked guy.
It's scary. Scary stuff right there.
Can I plead insanity on her?
Yeah. Yeah.
Please?
No. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's weird. Really weird. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. I'm glad you like it. Well, and now I'm really looking forward to the Nun 2 coming out.
I'm gonna watch the first one and I can find the other ones that are streaming. If I do come across a Dollar Tree that has them, I'll pick them up.
Yeah. But you can watch The Conjuring, though.
Yeah.
I would have to say The Nun is probably going to be your least favorite of the movies.
Well, the last movie that I remember watching one for Dollar Tree that was called Nun Deadly Confession and had this nun on the cover and it had nothing to do with the movie.
Right.
Except for one scene that's like 5 minutes long of a nun doing a striptease. And otherwise the nun and nothing supernatural about it. So I was like, But this was saw that woman's face though, like the way it was, like skull like.
Yeah, so creepy.
And like,
yeah, well, all of the movies have different demons, different looks that way. Yeah, and this one did it was like, I don't know, 50 million to make, and they made like 200 million. So it didn't do that bad.
Oh no. But La Llorona.
La Llorona, have you seen that?
Well, I'm a wee bit familiar with the legend, but come on, can't you guys, come up with a different movie about a different myth from Mexico or Spain or some Spanish legend? Can't you go with El Chupacabra or one of the other ones?
Yeah, true.
Well, no, never mind. Don't do El Chupacabra. You've hit that one too many times. God, there was a time I'd be looking at horror movies and there was like about 100 Chupacabra movies out there. It's like, wow. Yeah. So now they're moving on to this other legend. I'm sure you can ask the professor, but there's a ton of other legends out there, myths out there.
Yeah,
from
that
Mexico.
They could do movies of. Yeah.
But no, you got to go with this El Chupacabra one and go with the woman in white one because of supernatural.
Yeah. Totally. So. Speaking of zombie movies, I saw World War Z. I don't think I've ever seen it.
I like the book more.
So the movie's not very good?
Well, the movie, because the book was written by Max Brooks.
Okay.
You know what that is?
No.
You know Mel Brooks?
Okay, yeah.
That's his son.
Okay.
So the book goes in 3 parts. Because first off, it's done as a collection of interviews and articles. So it goes, okay, this is the beginning days of the outbreak.
Right.
And all the chaos that break out. This is during the outbreak. That's when all the chaos, including like women being assaulted, with the men's reason for assaulting these women was because the human race is dying. We need to create more babies.
Okay.
And the 3rd part is the aftermath.
Right.
Where the movie is just more of a zombie movie. The zombies all good. They're really fast and how they can create a wall and like climb over it. So I mean, it's a good movie. If you haven't seen it, I'd say check it out. It's good.
Yeah.
But also, I'd say if you can find the book, it's an interesting one. You'll see how different they are.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting movie because again, it's 3 parts.
Right. Yeah.
And you can see that why Max is, his dad is a tremendous writer of comedy.
Right.
Max is damn good. And in terms of the stuff, he also wrote a zombie survival guide, which
Right.
I have.
Cool.
But I think you might like it. Well, the
Yeah.
book, though, it gets disturbing when they talk about what they were doing to women in order to stay alive, the different stuff they had to do.
Right.
But it's still, and then the aftermath is like when it looks like we can go back to something like it was before because the issue is dying down.
Right.
So it's an interesting read and an interesting watch. We were supposed to get a second movie, but
Didn't happen.
we got tremendous trailers and like concept trailers that show that not only would we have the zombies, but the Earth.
Right.
They see like these roots of something, like these hands coming out of the ground, giant, like skyscraper stuff attacking us. So it looks like we were going to be fighting zombies and Earth.
Right. But didn't happen. It could still happen though. You never know.
It could, but actually, it was. But yeah, I'm going to send you the stuff of that illusionist because I think you might like it.
Yeah, do that for sure. I'm going to start watching all different kinds of movies. Like, try to work and watch different things. And then not only just stuff I'm going to edit and upload, review. Just because I feel like I'm missing out on everything.
Oh, there's a...
And I'm not going to judge anymore. I'm not going to only watch what's, like, everyone's talking about and stuff. I'm going to just randomly watch things.
Well, I was doing that before. But I started doing these themes because I thought that might work a little bit better. Because otherwise, it's like what I would go, okay, what am I going to review today? And I would go and look. But by coming up with a theme, I can just narrow it down.
Yeah.
So it's...
Yeah, I know it's hard. It's one thing to say it and another thing to do it. But anyway. You know. Not enough hours in the day is what I'm saying.
It's not enough hours, all right.
Yeah. Too much stuff going on. And getting older and falling asleep in the middle of a movie.
I have only done that if a movie's been really bad.
Yeah, well, I did it last night, so I guess the movie, I don't know if it's a very good movie.
You need to be careful because I will tell you the story about Godzilla and Barney. Well, I had this happen on, I fell asleep in Godzilla, woke up to Barney. Hello, boys and girls. To fly across the room. You don't want that to happen. Get a message. Hi, I'm in the hospital. I cracked my skull trying to turn the TV on because a bad program was on.
Crazy. So, Professor says was sold on the first one, Conjuring, 100% because of Vera Farmiga and James Wan, but got hooked on the series because how good the first one was. There you go. I think you're going to enjoy them, Echo. I do.
Yeah, but like the press release, you can send you a list because there is some there was some shit down there in Mexico.
There was what?
There is some scary ass shit down there in Mexico.
Yeah.
A lot more than what you can find in America, maybe even in Canada. There is some serious stuff.
Movies like
films? Creepy, scary stuff.
Yeah, I've seen a few things. I can't watch that stuff.
But I'm trying to think. I know I've seen Exorcist 3. Now this. I know I've seen another one. Wreck is a kind of a possession movie.
Wreck is good, yeah. That's good.
That follows In Possession because that's a demonic spirit. But you don't get the story until later on.
Right. Possession?
That's what it was. And in the third movie, they add this concept of a person possessed.
My daughter was coming out of the hallway with the ring light, and she had it held up high, and I'm looking over this big dresser, and I went...
I was watching one time. One time I was watching one of the Halloween movies.
Yeah.
And my brother was standing where we were staying at my grandparents, and he was standing outside the window just glaring at me.
Scary. That's so
and
scary.
I just looked over and I jumped like, "Oh, shut up!" And he's like, "Unlock the damn door." Scare me! I think my heart. Let me check for my
pulse. Hate that. That freaks you out. Yeah. That's when it bothers me the most, like when it's dark and nighttime, and then I'm like, why did I watch that movie? Ugh.
Hey, sometimes the best way to watch a scary movie is in the dark. This one, I don't know if I want to watch something like this in the dark.
The first one, the first movie, the ending part, to me so scary that every time I watch it, I have to watch it in the afternoon because it scares me too much.
Yeah, let's see. We got
Scary.
The Conjuring, Annabelle, Conjuring 2, Annabelle Creation, The Nun, The Curse of La Llorona, Annabelle Comes Home, and The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It.
Annabelle's are not as scary, I don't think, but you might like them.
And there's more to come.
Professor can send me a list and tell me some things. Okay, cool. Go for it.
Oh, we got The Nun 2 and The Last Rite.
Do it.
What's The Last Rite going to be about?
The Last Rite? Oh, the next Conjuring? It's coming out. We don't know.
Just
The Conjuring.
yeah, because they only revealed the title at CinemaCon back in April.
Yeah. So it's still coming. I saw a list. Someone had movies that are coming up, trailers.
They were going to be doing another movie, but they canceled The Crooked Man.
Cancel The Crooked Man, yeah. I don't know.
I was trying to remember. I'd heard about one, and it says it was canceled. So
yeah, crazy. Well, on that note, Echo.
Thanks for inviting me. This was definitely a memorable film. I really appreciate it.
This was like a moment, Echo. This was a moment with me and you because, like I said, I've never recommended something to you that you enjoyed for a change.
And for once, it wasn't a bad movie.
Exactly. Yeah, it wasn't The Amazing Bulk. It was a good movie.
I mean, it's horror. I like, as much as I like the horror that's bat shit crazy.
Yeah.
Horror like this is also good because it's scary, and I think a lot of horror nowadays has gotten batshit crazy, super violent.
Yeah.
And it loses the scare factor.
Yeah.
When you do that, but this had it.
And a story and characters and that kind of thing. It's not just a million ways that you can hack up a body. How gross can you get with killing somebody? Like it was, yeah, I agree.
But I'm remembering that sound for a while.
Broken bone thing. Yeah, I want to watch it again just for that.
Oh, God, I'm going to remember that sound for a while.
Nightmares. Cuddle up to your dog tonight.
A little kid, like, contorting, and his head's all crooked in between his legs.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
With the drool coming down out of her mouth. That creepy
and she's looking up at the demon who took her form, or just snaps off. Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, it's scary. Yeah, I know. Watching with someone else doesn't feel as scary, but watching for the first time, yeah, it is pretty scary, actually. Yeah. You'd be a psychopath not to say that it's a little bit scary. I think.
The psychopath all in denial.
Yeah, in denial, yeah, for sure. Okay. Rob saying, had a good time, guys. Professor said, great stream. Had fun, and this was fun. Yeah, I think so, too. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad I hung out with you guys, too. I wasn't sure anybody would show up, but I figured.
I know there was a few other streaming tonight, because that's how it always goes.
Oh, well. Can watch theirs the next time. So next weekend, I'm doing the movie Mirrors with Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah. That's a good one, too. It's a possession film, too.
I do remember seeing a horror movie about a mirror. They had a scene where someone was looking at a reflection. The reflection grabs her head and just cracks her jaw in the reflection, and then the person who was looking at the reflection dies. But that might not have been Mirrors. That was some older movie where somebody had that happen, where the reflection killed themselves and the person died in looking at the reflection.
Might be. That might be the one. Might be the same one. I'm not sure.
But just don't ever invite me to watch Smile.
No, you won't watch it, or you don't like it.
I've known people who have legitimately, no matter what, would smile like 24/7, even when bad things would happen, and that creeps me out.
Freaky, yeah, it is pretty freaky, yeah.
We had a teacher in high school that was like that, and so I went to one of the learning center to help me, and the other people there could see that my progress was going down, and I was really uncomfortable around her, so they pulled me to the side and they go, "Okay, here's the deal. We're going to keep you away from her. We don't want you working with her because we can see she's making you uncomfortable."
Right.
It did. She was literally like
smiley all the time.
And that bothers me, and So that's why I will stay away. I mean, I'm sure it would scare me, but it would make me have trouble focusing on it because the whole smiling thing.
Because you'd see it all the time. Weird.
Yeah.
Well, I totally get that. I get that. That was a creepy movie, man. They're making another one too.
I'm staying away from that too.
Yeah, that's what Echo was saying about the movie Mirrors. Now yeah, it is. It is. That movie. So I don't know whether Echo's talking about the same one, but Professor is talking about that movie. Creepy.
Definitely, you going for some damn good creepy movies.
Crazy ass ones, yeah.
Looking for a creepy movie? Talk to Karen.
I'm the girl. Yeah. Okay, guys. Let Echo get some rest because it's like 10, 11, 12, 1 there, right?
It's 7 to 10, yeah. But I gotta go take care of the dogs. But anyways, thanks for having me, Karen, and always a blast to be on stream with you and talk to you.
Thanks for hanging out, and thanks everybody for stopping by too. That was really fun. It was fun chatting with you guys all about this movie. So have a good night, everybody. Stay cool.
Bye bye.
See you next time. Bye.